Alright guys, welcome to the channel. My name's Chris. Today's video we're going to be making this slingshot out of mesquite from a fork very similar to this. So you can see a lot of work to get the beauty out of this, but I'm going to show you guys how I've done it. We're going to have a few shots and I'm really happy that this turned out. Stay tuned, I think you're going to like it. Okay guys, so here is our mesquite fork. Beautiful grain. I'm looking forward to getting this split down, see what we're working with. So let's head into the shop. Just put our soft jaws on the vise. Beautiful. Get that cut in the bandsaw. Small in length, 90mm wide. I think that's going to look really nice. Hey guys, do me a favour if you're enjoying this video, go down and hit that like button. I really appreciate it. Okay, so we've got our rough shape cut out. Now we're going to try and kind of split it on the bandsaw. Okay, first things first, I'm going to clean up the inside of this cup. I've marked my fork here. I'm going to take this off the inside to even up my forks. Okay, so here's what we're working with so far. You can see it's asymmetrical. I'm gonna have to probably fill this bit in here, this crevice, but really happy with how it turned out. This is going to be beautiful whenever it's sanded up really smooth and oiled. I'm not going to dye this one. It's naturally colourful, beautiful. So we're asymmetrical, forks and handle for left hand hold. Fits like a glove. It's 90mm wide at the moment. I probably should have left it a little bit bigger because I'm probably going to lose a couple of millimeters in sanding, but thrilled with how it holds. Nice chunky handle, kind of sweeping off to one side, low forks. Yeah, I'm wondering what I'm going to fill this in with. Decisions. What do you guys normally fill stuff like that in with? I normally use super glue, but the past couple of times I've used super glue I haven't been overly pleased with the results. Possibly epoxy, I'm not sure. It's a tough decision, but anyway, we can do a bit more sanding now. I just wanted to show you where we're at with this rough shape. Okay, so I'm going to use this Loctite epoxy. I've used it once before and I was extremely impressed with the results. The Loctite epoxy also comes with this little nozzle that can be fitted to the end, and it mixes it the whole way through and comes out pre-mixed. You'll lose the amount of epoxy that it's wasteful. That'll fill up with epoxy and it'll harden and it'll be no good. But the reason I want to use this, and the reason I think this is a good idea, is because it will mix it, hopefully without putting any air into it, so it'll be bubble free and I can put it in there. The only thing is about it, it's quite thick, but I can use this to get right into my little deep crevice there. We'll just take a look at that. You know, you can see there, if this damn thing would focus, that is considerably deep, and I want to fill it because I don't want to remove the bark. I've been liking this kind of style that I've been doing. I like leaving a little bit of bark on the back of the handle just to maintain that natural look, whilst also having, you know, a templated design. You know, it's more than just a tree fork. So let's see what the best camera angle is for you guys and get this glued. I really hope this works, because if it doesn't work to my satisfaction, I'm going to have to take the handle down at the back and lose all that character of that knot with the crevice and the bark and the grain and etc, etc. Let's get set up and get this glued. See it coming down? Yeah, that is it. We just got one air bubble in there. I'm going to put that on the heat now. Hopefully that'll help get them bubbles out. Okay, so your guess is as good as mine on how this is going to turn out. I hope it turns out good. Let's give this epoxy some time and see what happens. You guys don't have to wait. It's going to be like 1 second and you're going to see how it turns out. I'm going to have to wait here for like an hour. Anyway. Okay, so here's our epoxy set. It actually came out really good. It filled that void up really well, and I think it'll polish up lovely. So we'll start our initial sand on the disc sander with 180 grit, and I'm going to take a lot of this epoxy off. Okay, so that's how we're looking at the minute. I think that'll polish up beautifully. And it's now nice and consistent. We haven't got a big void in there. It's filled in well. Holding beautiful. Let's go over to the linisher. Okay, so there is 15 minutes sanding with 400 grit. 400 grit's like medium grit. I normally don't spend that long, but I'll tell you what, every time I finish one, I always find a wee scratch or a wee mark in it somewhere, and I think to myself I should have spent a little bit longer on the medium grit. That feels beautiful in the hand now. So we'll do the high grit now. No doubt we'll find some scratches, then we'll just go back and take them out. Really loving this fork. Asymmetrical, left hand hold, Mesquite. I'd love to know what state this is from, but I love the contrast between the heartwood and the sapwood. Where do you see that there whenever I oil it? That's going to really pop out at us. Yeah, let's do some high grit sanding now. Okay, so here we are, band grooves in. I'm just going to give them a little tidy up now with some sandpaper. This is looking awesome. Yeah, you know what, I'm pretty happy with that. Right, so now we're going to give this, I've heated this by the way, obviously. I don't know why, but I believe it helps it penetrate the wood a bit more. So now this is going for a bath and some linseed. Okay, let's get this out of the bath. Got some kitchen roll here at the ready. Well, we're going to want to see that in the daylight. Yeah, I'll just get this buffed off, all cleaned up. I'm going to put a coat of wax on it as well, my homemade beeswax paste. Let me buff this for a little while, and then we'll get back to you. Alright guys, here we are, all finished up. So you can see our epoxy turned out pretty good. It's not just as translucent as what I would like, but it's certainly a lot better than the results I've been getting lately with super glue. So I'm pleased about that. It's leveled off that bit, flushed it up, maintained a bit of character. Yeah, my logo came out pretty nice, and there's just a beautiful contrast in this mesquite between the heartwood and the sapwood. You know, it's like waves of green. So this here is the very core of the fork, and splitting a fork down the middle like that is the best way to maintain some sapwood. If I had cut the fork out of the middle, I would have mostly had a heartwood slingshot, and I think the two-tone is what really sets it off. So we can see here we've got ambidextrous, or not ambidextrous, sorry. Well, I suppose it could be shot right-hand hold. You know, it still holds comfortable that way, but I've shaped it for my hand, left-hand hold in mind. So you can see the finger ramp and the thumb pad is slightly differently shaped, and the handle sweeps off to one side, and it holds phenomenal in both pinch grip and brace grip. So that's a finger and thumb brace grip, and this is a pinch grip. And I've never actually made a slingshot before that held equally nice in both grips, like both pinch grip and finger and thumb brace. You know, this, I'm really, what I'm trying to say is I'm really pleased with the ergonomics and the looks of this little slingshot, this little catapult. So let's get it banded and do some shots. I have a feeling I'm gonna shoot this little thing really well. Okay, so here we are on our maiden voyage. Man, that is a beautiful slingshot. Hope you guys can see alright. I can see a lot better now that I got these. Man, them bands are hitting hard. That Sniper Sling Black really is my favourite. The 8mm steel is just a fantastic ammo. A lot of people, there's a lot of hate on 8mm steel. Oh, I just flicked it. Nearly got it off the top. It's stuck on the top of my target stand. It's going to be hard to get that back down. I'm kind of shooting it side on. Let me see if I can get it one shot. Not bad for my first shots, guys. But yeah, 8mm steel. I can understand the hate against 8mm steel. And I'll tell you why. Because I used to hate it myself. I used to be part of the British Catapult Association committee, and whenever competition shooting in slingshots was becoming more international, the international community in Europe shoots 8mm steel. In some countries you have to shoot 8mm steel. In other countries you can shoot whatever ammo you want. In Britain and Ireland at the time, we were 9.5mm steel only in competition, so 3/8, and I like that. I like that about us, because I just seen it as more of like a hunting powerful setup and less of a toy, which was wrong, because 8mm steel setups aren't toys. And they can be hunting setups, and I was really against 8mm steel. I didn't like the thought of shooting whatever ammo you wanted, because I believe that there, in some respects, is an advantage in shooting lighter ammos. And I remember there was a Spaniard came over to a shoot in England in 2016 or 17 or something like that. One of the top Spanish shooters, and he was forced to shoot 9.5 steel because that was the rules in Britain at the time. And I don't think he came in the top 3. But had he been allowed to shoot his 8, he certainly would have done a lot better. Although the Spanish competition setups are much, much different to, you know, anything you'll see on my channel or most of the guys shooting on YouTube. But, you know, whenever I went to the Slingshot World Cup in Italy in 2018, it opened my eyes, you know, and it made me more open-minded, less closed. You know, going to Italy, I thought I knew everything about slingshots. So it was a humbling experience that I'm grateful for. But yeah, 8mm steel is capable of hunting. It's capable of tremendous speeds because it's lighter, obviously. But the main thing about it is it allows you to practice for longer, because you can practice with a lighter setup for longer. You know, you look at it as like reps, performing repetitions, and your reps need to be performed under good form for optimal accuracy. And you can do more reps under less weight, you know. And listen, 9.5mm steel target bands aren't heavy, but it's the little things that can make a big difference. And whenever you're really, really trying to fine tune that accuracy, you can get an 8mm steel ball flying faster for lighter draw weight. The only trouble is with 8mm steel, they can be hard to see because they're going that much faster and they're that little bit smaller. But anyway, listen guys, check out my other videos if you're just new to the channel, or you've maybe seen a couple of my videos and you've subscribed. You know, go and check it out. There's lots of stuff to browse there, loads of what I consider to be good videos that I've made that not very many of my subscribers have seen, and they haven't really reached that big an audience due to the algorithm. That's what I'll blame. But, you know, appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. leave me a comment if you wish, and I'll see you next time.